Hi guys, welcome back. Two modern looking and compelling options in the 125cc scooter segment is the TVS Ntorq and Honda's Grazia. So today, let's compare them. For the comparison, I'll check 5 factors, which are the design, specification, ride quality and comfort, price, and all the other stuff. First, let's check the design. Starting from the front, the Ntorq has a sharp and modern look which is highlighted with the dual-tone paint job used. The headlamp is in the main front panel and the handle houses the indicators. And overall, even though the front panel in the handlebar is not that aggressive, the front of the Ntorq is attractive. The Grazia's front, on the other hand, is a mix of sharpness and simplicity. The headlamp, like the Ntorq, is in the main front panel and the indicators are just above that. Here also, there is a dual-tone touch in the main front panel and the handle portion. And overall, from the front, they both look stylish and modern. But when we check the rear, things get really busy and aggressive with the Ntorq. I mean, just check both the scooters' rear. Ntorq, even though looking compact, is so striking. The T-shaped tail light, along with the aircraft-inspired vents and sharp curves, makes it easily my pick for the rear design. It might not be the pick for everyone, but I really like it. The Grazia, on the other hand, is again a blend of both modern and classic touch. There is this big tail light along with indicators and the split type pillion grab rail. Both the scooter's body is made of fiber, and for styling, the Ntorq still follows the same sporty, aggressive, sharp styling. Now that is the overall Ntorq theme, sharp and aggressive styling, while the Grazia, on the other hand, retains the same usual scooter design with a touch of sharpness. One thing to note here is that the Ntorq's body is a bit compact compared to the Grazia. For the speedometer, the Ntorq has an all-digital Bluetooth-enabled clean-looking speedometer. There are a lot of important functional things here, like you can use maps, see messages, etc. Now the Grazia also has a digital speedometer, but there is no Bluetooth connectivity. Still, it looks nice, but surely compared to Ntorq, I prefer the one on the Ntorq. The aggressive sporty touch of the Ntorq is even seen with this exhaust, and for the Grazia, it's a normal looking exhaust. So out of the two scooters, for the overall body styling, I prefer the Ntorq. It's just my personal preference, and that doesn't mean the Grazia's design is not good. To be frank, I like the design of Grazia, but compared to Ntorq, I'll pick the Ntorq. Now, design is not the only thing that makes a perfect scooter. So next, let's check the specifications. First, for the Ntorq, it is powered by 124.79cc air-cooled 4-stroke single-cylinder engine which produces a max power of 9.4 PS at 7,500 RPM and max net torque of 10.5 Nm at 5,500 RPM. The curb weight of the Ntorq is 116.1 kg and the ground clearance is 155 mm. Now for the suspension, the front is a telescopic suspension and the rear has a gas-filled hydraulic type coil spring suspension. The front tire is 100 mm in thickness and the rear tire is 110 mm in thickness, and both the rim sizes are 12 inches for the Ntorq. And finally, for the brakes, the front is 220 mm disc and the rear is 130 mm drum. Now if we check the specification of the Grazia, it is powered by 124.9cc fan-cooled 4-stroke single-cylinder engine which produces maximum power of 8.52 bhp at 6,500 rpm and maximum net torque of 10.54 Nm at 5,000 rpm. The weight of the Grazia is less than the Ntorq at 107 kg for the deluxe variant, but the ground clearance is same as the Ntorq at 155 mm. And for the suspension, the front is a telescopic suspension and the rear is a spring-loaded hydraulic suspension for the Grazia. The tires are a bit smaller than the Ntorq, where both the front and the rear has 90 mm tires, and the front rim is 12 inches while the rear is 10 inches. The rims can be alloy based on the variant you choose. Now, one more thing is that both the scooters get tubeless tires. And finally, for the brakes, the front can either be 130 mm drum or 190 mm disc, while the rear is 130 mm drum. But one good thing here is that in Grazia, you can get the CBS option, which is the combi braking system. So now that we have checked the boring specification section, let's check the most important thing when you buy a scooter, which is the ride quality and comfort. As usual, first for Ntorq, I'll say the Ntorq has good ride quality and comfort. The engine is refined and smooth, and I didn't notice any vibrating parts at speeds less than 70 km per hour. But on pushing higher, there is slight vibration on the handle. The weight distribution of the Ntorq is good, and the scooter was well planted on road even at high speed. The suspensions are also good, and I didn't experience any stress or strain in rough conditions. And the seating posture is upright with sufficient cushioning for the seats, which provides good comfort for both the rider and the pillion. And finally, the front disc brake used here is quick to respond and stop without any issues. So overall, I'll say the ride quality and comfort of the Ntorq is good and I enjoyed it. Now the Grazia's engine felt a bit more refined and feels like it's gonna last well in the long run. I have to say this difference is not that drastic. Grazia has sufficient power for abrupt acceleration and felt a bit more agile than the Ntorq. It can be because the body weight of the Grazia is less than the Ntorq. But in terms of top speed, the Ntorq can gain a top speed slightly greater than Grazia. Now for the seating comfort, Grazia again is slightly better because the seats are a bit more wider in the Grazia compared to the Ntorq. And the suspension of the Grazia is good but not that great as the Ntorq. But for brake, it depends on the variant you choose. We tested the disc variant and it was good at braking. And at control speed, I didn't experience any skids. So for ride quality and comfort, out of the two, it's tough to pick one because they both are really good. Since I have to pick one, I'm gonna choose Honda's Grazia. Now, this is just because of slightly better seating comfort and slightly better overall engine refinement. But for the brakes and the suspension, they both are slightly better on the Ntorq compared to the Grazia. Still, it's not time for any conclusions because the next thing is important too, and it's the price. For the Ntorq, there is only one variant and the ex-showroom pricing is approximately 65,400, and for Honda's Grazia, there are three variants, which makes it more complicated. Now the base variant of the Grazia is priced approximately at 63,754 and it's the ex-showroom pricing. And the top variant of the Grazia, which is the Grazia Disc, is priced at 68,126 and it is also the approximate ex-showroom pricing. Now the final thing to check are all the other stuff. And in that, the first thing is the tank capacity and the mileage. For Ntorq, the tank capacity is just 5 liters and the approximate mileage you're going to get during daily city use will be 45 plus km per liter. And for the Grazia, the tank capacity is slightly on the higher side at 5.3 liters and the approximate mileage that you'll get during daily city use is almost same at around 45 km per liter. The next minor thing is the key slot. Grazia has a 4-in-1 lock system where seat opening switch is available, while for the Ntorq, the ignition port doesn't house the seat lock control, but instead the seat opening and fuel tank opening key slot is on the main body. Also for the handlebar switch controls, both Grazia and Ntorq have standard controls like dim bar bright switch, indicator toggle and horn on the left side and a self start button on the right side. But the Ntorq has a couple of extra switches like the integrated pass light in the dim bar bright switch on the left side and also an engine kill switch and a main headlight on off switch on the right side. For the storage space, the Ntorq has 22-liter under seat storage, which is big, but it does not have that much depth to house a large full covered helmet. While the Grazia on the other hand can house a large full covered helmet, but for its capacity it's just 18 liters. The Grazia also get a front glove box for storing something. This is a good addition, but there is no lock for this. And also for the hooks for hanging grocery bags or something like that, the Ntorq has both the front and rear hook which are not of great quality. While the Grazia just has the rear hook and it's pretty strong. For the footboard, both have sufficient spacing and for me, I was comfortable in both. And finally for the headlight, Grazia has LED headlight which are sufficiently bright and has good range, while the Ntorq has halogen light, but there is a daytime running light which is LED. Now Ntorq's headlight is also powerful and has good range, but out of the two, Grazia has the slightest edge. So after checking everything, choosing one from these two is a bit tough. If it was just the design alone, I would have surely picked Ntorq without any thoughts. But now they both have their own pros and cons and that makes it tough. But still, for me and my needs, I'll pick the Ntorq. The reason for choosing the Ntorq of the Grazia is primarily the design. Then on ride quality, I was leaned towards the Grazia, but after checking the price and all the other features that I get from Ntorq, I prefer to go with the Ntorq. Now, that doesn't mean the Grazia is not good, and either of the two you choose, you won't be disappointed. That's all for this video, guys. Hope you liked it. If so, please do hit the like button and please do subscribe. See you again in the next video. Till then, bye.